you know we come through to wreck the discotheque. I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air and never disrespect. I got you all in check.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Jason Myers to kick
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, sixth-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a sixth-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Minshew sets to throw. This will be caught by Brown. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And that is incomplete. Weak rolling on the covers there defensively.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Ariza is on to punt here as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Seahawks football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Darnold now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So gain 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense, drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Darnold. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Darnold. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th.
A loss of 9 brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Nico Remigio deep for KC. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Here's Minshew. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Third down and 13. Now Minshew. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now it's Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. That one a first down pickup of 8.
A gain of 8.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to push your receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Play action. It's Darnold. He completes this to Walker.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Faking the give, Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Darnold. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. How about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
Seahawks.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain.
First down. A gain of 21 yards.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now an option play on 2nd down. They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Chiefs. First down. A gain of 19 yards. And a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
14 more yards.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating there.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
Chiefs 7.
So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And the Chiefs are in again. Chris Jones. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. Has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
Fair catch.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Matt Ariza now on to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Good sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 3. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Now Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd and 12. To throw is Darnold. That'll be caught by Cobb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. That is caught. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Again, Darnold. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cobb.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chiefs' 35-yard line.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Darnold now to throw. Smith and Jigba making the play along the sideline. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And Shaheed going to go in motion. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
A 48-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Oh, he shifts past him. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. KC's offense ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Minshew. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
At the 42-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Kansas City.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Now Minshew. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Minshew sets to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On 4th down, Minshew. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. Now it's Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's Darnold. He gets this complete to Shaheed. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll look to throw here. He'll try to pick it up himself. And Darnold going to slide to the ground here, but not before he does pick up the first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Darnold from the gun. They'll get this one to come complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
In motion right is the running back. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal from the 1. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. Play action, it's Minshew. Now he'll tuck this and run. Opted to run for it, then decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
14 yards.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First down, Chiefs.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. This is caught. It's Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. And a first down, Chiefs.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Man, that is deflating going into the break. You're in a position with a chance to tie the game, but this kick is off the mark, and they're going to remain 3 points down heading into the break.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great play there as time expires in the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead on a final play and a half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. That little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the 2nd half.
Harrison Butker.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Darnold. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Back to throw, Darnold. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Faking the give, Darnold. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. So he stopped for no gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's George Karlaftis greeting him behind the line with a big stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Darnold now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Charbonnet will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Minshew. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I know that we've seen their share of struggles, and the quarterback's been hit a few times in this game, but this one can't be put on the offensive line. They gave him plenty of time to throw the football. I think ultimately he has to be a lot more decisive in his decision-making and get rid of it and find an open target.
Now Minshew. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rice. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
It'll be Minshew again. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
No receivers open, so who's forced to put that one into Puget Sound? That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think. Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up second down. They'll go play action here with Minshew. That's into the hands of Worthy. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really how he can hurt you. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Minshew sets to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on third down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And we'll get this up just shy of the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and they're in a scramble for the first.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here's Darnold. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. On the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. In motion, the tight end. Here's Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. Shifts by him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. That'll be caught by Rice. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good work by Minshew there to pick up the first.
That's good for the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick slant to Brown. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Well, and that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Stay at home, stay at home, stay at home.
Faking the give, Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
A gain
Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
51 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You taking charge.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 11. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs offense and Gardner Minshew getting set to go to work once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum and were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Minshew. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Chiefs first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. That right there, Charles, is your exclamation mark. They already had the nice lead on their way to a victory, but one final touchdown here to widen the margin late in the 4th quarter.
Let's make it pretty simple. When you can seemingly score and will, why wouldn't you take advantage of being in that zone and getting one more to cap off this game?
Myers connects on the PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Jason
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
The tackle by Derek Hall. A 3-yard pickup.
So the victory here for Seattle. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.